Hi, welcome to Routing Basics. Actually, welcome to the new year, spring of 2021. Let's put 2020 behind us. Yep, this is NET126. Those of you who had me in NET125, hopefully you learned a lot. This semester we're going to look at more about what a router does and how it does it. Since a lot of the activity happens in the routing, either a router itself or a level 3 switch, that type of how to get packets to between networks is where all the action is. That's what this class is going to be about. Now, this class is a little bit different only from the standpoint that there is no syllabus quiz. There is an official course entry quiz that you take right here, and I wouldn't pay attention to that due date because it says January 19th. You wait till January 19th to take this test, you've missed 1 week of the class. So you've missed all of Chapter 1's material. So I wouldn't wait. I'd do it as quickly as you can. But the syllabus for this class, similar in nature to what happened with 125. But this, like I said, this class is dealing with routing basics. Most of the activity in this class is going to be talking about initial router configurations, software management of the router, router protocol configuration, different routing protocols. I think all we talked about basically in 125 is RIP, which is a very general, very basic routing algorithm, but there are definitely a whole lot more and ones that are used in the industry than that one. But talk about a lot of different topics. So just basic general information. Now, as far as my information, again, you know, this is Mark Howell. Hopefully I can see you on campus someday. Email mhowell@cccti.edu. My office phone number is 726-2339. Don't call myself very often. I don't get very phone calls either, but office, if you need to stop by and see me, is in E building 339, third floor E building. So if you're heading towards the gym, the stairs that one goes down to the gym, the others go up. Take it all the way to the third floor, coming through this set of doors at the top of the stairs. Take a left. My office is second on the right. My office hours, pretty much Monday through Friday, 9 to 10 and 1 to 2. But I realize a lot of you are working and remote, so the odds of you coming in for those hours are probably slim and none. But we can schedule some other time, whether it's a video chat, whether it's office hours at a different time. I'll work with you to make sure that you can get access to me. Now, part of that communication is, if you were in my NET125 class, you know about Remind. You may have used it in other schools. It's just a way of you to be able to text me without giving me your phone number or me giving you mine. So it kind of protects us a little bit. In those, I usually respond within a couple of hours. Usually a lot less than that, but if I'm in class or at a meeting, I may maybe a few hours before I get back to you. You have noticed that if you text me late at night, I will respond then. You start getting close to midnight, you may run the risk of having to wait. But just know that that's my preferred method. If you do email, which I check fairly regularly, but I may not get back to you within 24. If it's over the weekend, maybe 48 hours. Just want to let you know. Now, the outcomes that we're hoping to get out of this class is basically routers, and more routers. Just information on how to configure them, how to create static and dynamic routes, how to a little bit configuring switches, because there's some things you still need to do in switches, especially if you're going to route over different VLANs, virtual LAN, for a little bit more security. And so there's ways of routing multiple virtual LANs over one circuit to a router. So there will be some configuration of switches, how to set up a wireless LAN, how to do DHCP, both at IPv4 and IPv6, and a new, it's not new, but STP is a protocol that's used to make sure that your network is as safe as possible, or at least it has no loops in it. Prerequisites for this class, technically there are none in the catalog, but I highly, highly, highly recommend you take NET125, because that'll give you a foundation in Cisco, switch setup, router setup, getting comfortable with the environment altogether. But if you're one that wants to try to tackle it all on, taking 125 and picking up key terms that you may have missed from 125, all the power to you. Textbook, there is no textbook. All the text information, all the learning information is done online, whether it's Moodle stuff that I create or the Cisco Neticat account of things that Cisco created, whether it's online labs, online lecture, the text material is online. Once you enroll in the class, once class gets started, once I start getting a roster of students, I will then make sure that you all have Neticat accounts, because that's where all the material is going to be held. As I said, we're probably going to cover a chapter a week, and yep, looks like we're covering about a chapter a week. I think there are 16 chapters. I think Net 125 had 17, so a little bit of a reprieve, but I think all that does is make the last week of the semester not as hectic as last year. As far as grading, I'm going to try to do better this year at grading and try to keep up to date on that within a week or so of trying to, of one I make you do, try to make the same thing. So 10-point scale. As far as makeup work, I'm pretty flexible on this, but other than reflection journal, which I'm using as your attendance, I think if both of us can try to stay in sync as far as submitting assignments and me not falling behind and grading them like I did last semester, that I think we'll both do better. So I'm going to try to get things graded within a week after they do. So if assignments are available on Monday, they usually do the following Monday. I'll give you a 1-week reprieve on that, but that 1-week reprieve will be a 10% grade reduction. If you're going to have troubles doing the stuff, the assignments, or for some other reason, let me know. I'll work with you. So just keep that in mind. As far as what your grade's going to be made of, pretty much 85% of your is on the tests. There are 5 module tests, so there's 5 exams across those 16 chapters. You've got a final exam that's worth 25% of your grade. The labs are worth 10%. The reflection journal, like I said, is used for attendance, is 3% of your grade, and just registering for Remind is 2%. So who knows, 2% can make the difference between an A and a B. So I would highly recommend it. Attendance, I'm using, like I said, the reflection journal I'm using as attendance. If you're not going to be able to attend, be in an online class 16 weeks, 10%, that's 1.6 weeks you can miss. So basically 2 weeks, I have the option of dropping you from the class. So talk to me if something like that is coming on. If you're going to withdraw from the class, keep in mind that if you're on financial aid, there may be rules and regulations that you just need to be aware of. So you want to make sure you talk to the financial aid group before you withdraw from a class. A non-discrimination statement, try not to discriminate against anybody, no matter on anything that race, color, age, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, sex, marital status, disability, U.S. veteran, all of those things. Hopefully I'm not discriminating against them. If I am, let me know, because I really do not want to do that. So that ends up being the syllabus. There, in that course information section, you'll see announcements posted. You'll also see some additional college policies and student support links at the bottom of this section. So this is a very important section to keep handy. You know that that information exists for you. So I'm going to stop this part of this recording, and then I'll report another one as far as what do I expect week 1. Welcome to the class.